students. In the last video lecture, I had completed exercise 2.3 of your textbook that was totally based on the third method of correlation coefficient, that is Spearman's rank correlation method, in which the last sum that we had done that was based on CF. In this video lecture, I am going to teach you some of the typical sums of exercise 2, in which section F I had chosen. We are going to do question number 7 of exercise 2, section F. So first of all, let us read the question. Question number 7 of your textbook, that is on page number 114. An entrance test required to study abroad is conducted online. The marks obtained in reasoning ability and English speaking in this online test, having negative marking system for wrong answer by 5 students selected in the sample, are given below. It means the data of the students in two different subjects. The marks have been given to you. The first one, that is marks in reasoning ability, that I have taken as X over here, and marks in English speaking, that I have taken as Y variable over here. And the first column, that is of students, total data of 5 students that has been given to you. Find the rank correlation coefficient between reasoning ability and ability in English speaking. It means you have to find the rank correlation between the two variables, that is reasoning ability and English speaking. Over here you can see that the data of variable X that are all same. It means all the students are having the marks that is equal, that is 5 only. Now first of all, you have to give ranks of variable y and ranks of variable x and ranks of variable y, and then afterwards you have to find the difference of it, that is called d, and then afterwards the d square. The basic method how to find the rank correlation, that you are knowing it very well, but the difference over here, that is all the students are having the same marks. So we have already understood how to find the ranks. Over here, the first rank, second, third and fourth and fifth. So total 5 students. So first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Total 5 ranks that would be. So total of this, all are getting equal marks. So all cannot get first rank. So to find the average of it, we have to do the total of all these 5 ranks. So total of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. It will come to 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, and 10 plus 5, 15. So 15 divided by how many number of students? Total number of observations, that is n is equal to 5. So 15 divided by 5. So your average rank, that would come to 3. So each and every student of variable x will be getting the rank, that is 3. So you can see in Rx I have placed everywhere, that is 3. So this is the average rank that we have given to all the 5 students, and all the 5 students are getting equal marks in reasoning ability. Now moving on to variable y. In variable y you can see there are the first rank that goes to 2 marks, because the highest rank, that is 2 marks over here. So 2 marks, there are 2 students getting the same marks. In the same way, minus 2 also there are 2 students. So we have to find again average over here. So the first rank and the second rank, that goes to 2 and 2. First student, that is A, and 2 E student. So we have to find the average of these two. So first rank and second rank. So first rank and second rank, so 1 plus 2, it would come to 3. 3 divided by 2. 3 divided by 2, so it would come to 1.5. So you have to give rank to A student and E student, that is 1.5, 1.5. You cannot write 1 and 2 over here. You have to write 1.5, 1.5. It means average of these two ranks. Now in the same way you have to, now the second rank will be skipped, because you have given the first rank, second rank you have found out the average of that two. Now the second rank will be skipped. Now the third rank will be giving, over here the third rank goes to 0. So 0 will be given the third rank. Now comes the turn of B and C. B and C student are getting same rank, that is same marks, that is minus 2, minus 2. So again we have to find the average of it. So after third rank, the next 2 ranks, that will be 4 and 5. So we have to find the average of 4 and 5. So 4 plus 5, number of students, that is 2. So average of 4 plus 5, it would be 9 divided by 2. It means 4.5. So the next rank that you will be giving to B and C student, that would be 4.5 and 4.5. So students, up till here this was the main important point, that is how to give the ranks when all the students are having the same marks. In that case we have to find the average by doing the total of all the ranks and divide by number of students. So this was the important point. Then afterwards the next step is common that we had done in the previous sums, that is the subtraction of Rx minus Ry. So 3 minus 1.5, 1.5, 3 minus 4.5, so negative 1.5, 3 minus 4.5, again negative 1.5, 3 minus 3, 0, 3 minus 1.5, positive 1.5. One thing already I discussed in the last video lecture, that whatever may be the value of d, whether it is negative or positive, whatever may be the value, always d square would be positive, because d square we are doing the square, so negative negative it will become positive. Over here 1.5 square, so 2.25, every value will come, because here everywhere that is 1.5, 1.5 only. So 1.5 square you will be doing, so it will come to 2.25. 4 times 2.25, then the total of d square that would come to 9. So sigma d square that would come to 9. Now you have already studied this table also, how to find the value of CF. Here the repeated observation you can see, that is x is equal to 5, y is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 2. We have to do the calculation of all the three differently. First of all, x is equal to 5, that 5 is repeated how many times? That is 5 times you can see. So m is equal to repeated number of times, so m is equal to 5. Now the equation or the formula you are doing, that is m cube minus m upon 12. M cube minus m, so 5 cube minus 5 upon 12. 5 cube means 5 5 is 25, 25 5 is 125. 125 minus 5 upon 12. 125 minus 5, so 120. 120 divided by 12 you will do by your calculator, that it would come to 10. In the same way, over here you will take m value as 2. So 2 cube means 8. 8 minus 2 it would come to 6, and 6 upon 12 it would come to 0.5. In the same way you have to do the calculation, again same thing would be coming over here, that is m value you have to take as 2, because y is equal to negative 2, that is repeated how many times? That is 2 times. So over here again m value will come 2. I am showing one calculation over here. M cube means 2 cube minus 2 upon 12. So 2 cube means 8. So it would come to 8 minus 2 upon 12. So 6 upon 12. 6 upon 12 means 1 by 2 or 0.5. So both the values over here, second and third value, that would come to 0.5, 0.5. Doing the total of this, that is 10 plus 0.5, 0.5 would come to CF value, that would come to 11. So according to our calculation, the main important value that we have to find out, that is CF is equal to 11. Now in the basic formula of R, that is 1 minus 6 sigma d square upon n into n square minus 1, over here plus CF, don't forget it, to do the addition of CF over here. Otherwise, even though entire calculation may be correct, your value of correlation coefficient will come wrong. Now, putting the values in the equation, that is 1 minus 6 sigma d square value we have already found out, that is 9. So 9 plus CF value that we have found out, that is 11 upon n value, that is total number of observations that is given of 5 students. So n value that would come to 5. 5 into 5 square minus 1. I have directly shown the calculation of the denominator. 5 square means 25. 25 minus 1 it would come to 24. 24 into 5 it would come to 120. So in denominator I have directly written 120 over here. In the numerator you can see, first of all we have to do the addition, that is 9 plus 11 it would come to 20. 20 into 6 it would come to 120. So 1 minus 120 upon 120. Students, you don't have to do cross multiplication. First of all, divide the numerator with denominator, and whatever answer comes of it, that you have to subtract from 1. Okay, so here 120 divided by 120, so it would come only 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, moving on to question number 9 of the same exercise, that is exercise number 2, section F. So first of all, let us read the question. The following data is obtained for two variables, that is inflation x and interest rate y. It means directly the data has been given to you. Don't have to calculate, that is sigma x, sigma y, sigma x square and so on. Here the data is given, that is n is equal to 50, sigma x is equal to 500, sigma y is equal to 300, sigma x square that is 5450, sigma y square that is 2000, and sigma xy that is 3090. These many data have been given to you. Later on, by seeing the data, you can easily understand that which formula had to be applied over here. Yes, we have to apply the formula that is n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon under root of n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square into under root of n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Students, this formula should be by heart to you, and already we discussed that in Carl Pearson's method, which formula to be applied, that depends upon the data. Over here, from the data you can make it out that this formula has to be applied over here. Now, the important point in this question, that is, later on it was known that one pair of observation 10, 6 was included additionally by mistake. It means one pair of observation, here I have written one pair of observation, that is 10 and 6. So 10, that is value of variable x, and 6, that is value of variable y. That is by mistake written over there additionally. So that we have to subtract from all the values. We have done this type of sum that we had done in exercise 2.3. If you remember, that is in last video lecture, one sum we had done in exercise 2.3, but it was related to rank correlation method, in which the mistake was done in the difference of rank. So that was related to the previous method, that is Spearman's rank correlation method. Over here the same type of sum is there, but here the mistake is done according to the formula of Carl Pearson's method. So all the values related to x and y, that we have to subtract from all the data given to you in the question. So let's start with the calculation of it. You can see over here the value I have already written on the board, and the actual value that has been given to you in the question that I have written first of all, that is n value that is 50, sigma x that is given to you 500, sigma y that is given to you 300, x square that is 5450, y square that is 2000, and sigma xy that is 3090. These many data has already been given to you in the question. Now the mistake that has been done, that has to be deleted, because whatever the value of r that you will find out by this values, that would be wrong value of r. So to find the corrected value of r, we have to subtract the mistake that has been done in the value of x and y. So over here you can see number of observations, previously it was 50. Now one pair of observation that is wrongly written, so it is to be deleted. So over here you will subtract 1, every value I have done negative, because we have to subtract that value from the value that has been given in the question. So 50 minus 1, it would come to 49. Next, sigma x. Sigma x, you can see it is given in the question, that is 500. Now over here it is sigma x that is given to you 10. So you have to subtract 500 minus 10, so it would come the corrected value, that is 490. In the same way, sigma y that is given to you 300, from that the mistake, that is 6, that you have to delete from here. So 300 minus 6, it would come to 294. Now sigma x square. Sigma x square that is given in question to you, that is 5450. Sigma x square, so here x value is 10. So x square, that would be 100. So 5450 minus 100, it would come to 5350. Same we have done for x square, we have to do for y square. Y is given to you 6. So 6 square, it would come to 36. So sigma y square, previously it was given to you 2000. 2000 minus 36, the wrongly mistake that has been done, that is to be deleted. So the exact or corrected value that of sigma y square, that would come to 1964. Now the last, that is sigma xy. The value that has been given to you of sigma xy, that is 3090. From that you have to subtract the wrong value. Wrong value, it is x into y. Sigma xy means x into y. So 10 into 6, that is 60. So here you have to subtract 60 from the original value that has been given in the question. So 3090 minus 60 would come to 3030. Now you have to find the corrected value of r from all this value that have came after subtraction of the mistake that has been done. So this is the corrected value. You can see I have written over here, that is corrected value. By taking these values, you have to again find the value of r, and that would be your correct correlation coefficient. Now this calculation is very simple, as we used to do previously also. By placing the formula putting the values of it, you can see n value now we have to take 49. So 49 sigma xy now will be taking 3030. So 3030 minus sigma x you will be taking, that is 490, into sigma y you will be taking 294 upon under root of n, again 49, sigma x square you will be taking 5350 minus sigma x will be taking 490, so 490 whole square, into under root of n, again 49, sigma y square corrected value, that is 1964 minus sigma y whole square. So sigma y that you have taken 294, so 294 whole square. So by placing after all the data, we have to do the calculation, subtraction, multiplication of the data. So 49 into 3030 you will be doing, you will be getting 1,48,470 minus 490 into 294, it would come to 1,44,060 upon under root of 49 into 5,350. You multiply, you will get 2,62,150 minus 490 square. 490 square means 490 into 490. 490 into 490 would come to 2,40,100. In the same way you have to do for n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So over here 49 into 1964, it would come to 96,236 minus 294 whole square. It means 294 into 294. So 294 into 294, it would come to 86,436. Now first of all, subtracting the numerator value, you will get 4,410 upon, by subtracting these two values you will be getting 22,050, and by subtracting these two values you will be getting 9,800. Still we have kept in root because we have to find out the root of it. But when we find out the root, first of all we will multiply these two values and then find the root of it. Okay, so over here numerator as it is I have placed, and first of all I have done the multiplication of these two values and then found the root of it. After finding the root, I have got the answer, that is 14,700. Now I have not written the root because already the root has been found out. So this value is after finding the root. So by dividing numerator with denominator 4,410 upon 14,700, you will get the answer or the corrected value of correlation coefficient, that is 0.3. So in this sum, the new point that I wanted to explain, that is the mistake has been done, that type of sum already get done, but that was related to Spearman's rank correlation method, and this mistake to be corrected, this sum is related to the Karl Pearson's method. Now let us understand question number 10 of the same exercise, that is exercise number 2 section F. That is also somewhat different sum than the previous sums that we have done till now. So first of all let us read the question. Question number 10. The information regarding sales, that is X, and expense, that is Y, of 10 firms is given below. 10 firms, it means N is equal to 10, and value of X and Y. So X, that is sales, and expense, that is Y. The values have been given to you that I have already written on the board, that is N is equal to 10 because 10 firms data has been given to you. X bar is equal to 58, Y bar is equal to 14, sigma X minus 65 whole square, that is given to you 850, sigma Y minus 13 whole square, that is given to you 32, sigma X minus 65, Y minus 13 is equal to 0. Over here, by seeing the data, you can easily understand which formula we have to apply over here. Yes, we have to apply Karl Pearson's method, the shortcut method over here, that is of U and V. You can see on the board, I have already written the formula, that is N sigma UV minus sigma U into sigma V. Similar to XY formula, only in place of X and Y, we will be writing over here, that is U and V. Okay, now moving on to the main important point because of which I want to explain this sum purposely. That is over here you can see N value that is given to you 10, X bar that is given to you 58, Y bar that is given to you 14. Now sigma X minus 65 whole square, it means this is value of sigma U square. Now sigma Y minus 13 whole square, it means this is the value of sigma V square. And sigma X minus 65, Y minus 13, it means this is the value of sigma UV. It means three value has been already given to you in the question, that is of sigma U square, sigma V square and sigma UV. But the two main values that you have to find out over here, that is of value of sigma U and sigma V. That is the important point that we find out in this question. Afterwards, the basic calculation is the same as that we are doing it very well. Now, first of all, to find the value of sigma u. If you remember, x bar is given over here, that is 58. You can see x bar value is given to you 58. But x bar and y bar, anywhere in the formula it will not be required or it will not be utilized. But it will be helpful in finding the value of sigma u and sigma v. Okay, first of all, finding the value of sigma u. X bar is given to you 58 and u means, you remember, that is x minus a we used to write. Right? So x minus 65 are written over here because this is the value of sigma x minus a whole square. So over here a we have taken as 65. We have not taken as 58. So assume to mean that we have taken in the case of u, that is 65. So here we are taking x minus 65. Now finding sigma u. Here we have to find out not u, we have to find out sigma u. So every value of this equation will put sigma in front of it. So here you can see sigma u is equal to x के बदले will write sigma x bar minus 65 will write sigma 65 because this data is related to only one value. We have to find the total of 10 observations. So we have to find the sigma u of 10 observations, total of 10 observations. So sigma u is equal to sigma, that means 10 observations. So 10 into x bar value that is given to you in the question, that is 58. So 58 into 10 minus, again sigma means 10 observations. So 10 into 65. So sorry, 10 into 65. So it will come to 650. So now calculating, multiplying, first of all 58 into 10, it will come to 580. 580 minus 650, it would come to negative 70. So this is the first value that we have found out, that is sigma u. As we have found out sigma u, in the same way we have to find out sigma v. Now over here also y bar value is given to you in the question, that is 14. V is equal to y minus 13. If you remember, we were writing, in case of u, we were writing x minus a, and in case of v, we were writing v is equal to y minus b. So over here, assumed mean that we have taken 13. The exact y bar that is given to you 40, but assumed mean that we have taken as 30. Over here also in case of x, that is x bar is given to you 58, but assumed mean, that is a that is given, that we have taken as 65. Okay, so same way over here, v is equal to y minus 13. So we have to find sigma v. So placing sigma in front of every data. So sigma v is equal to sigma y bar minus sigma 13. So sigma v is equal to, sigma means 10. 10 observations data we have to find out over here. So 10 and y bar value has been given in the question, that is 14 to you, minus sigma means 10 and 13 is already given to you, that is the value of b. Now 10 into 14, it would come to 140. 140 minus 10 into 13, it would come to 130. So 140 minus 130 would come the value of sigma v, that is 10. Now sigma u has been available to you, that is minus 70. Sigma v that we have found out, that is minus 10. Sigma u square value that has been given to you in the question, that is 850. Sigma v square value that has been given to you in the question, that is 32. And sigma uv value that has been given to you in the question, that is 0. So easily you can find out the value of r by the given formula, that is n sigma uv minus sigma u into sigma v upon under root of n sigma u square minus sigma u whole square into under root of n sigma v square minus sigma v whole square. Now it is very simple to place all the data in the formula. So first of all, n, that is number of observations 10, sigma uv value already given in the question, that is 0, minus sigma u that we have found out recently, that is negative 70, into sigma v that also we have found out, that is 10. So say minus 70 into 10 upon under root of n, that is 10, into sigma u square that is given to you in the question, that is 850. So 850 minus sigma u whole square, so negative 70 whole square, into under root of n, again 10, sigma v square that is given in the question, you can see, that is 32. So sigma v square 32 into 10 into minus sigma v whole square. Sigma v that is given to you, that we found out already, that is 10 over here. So sigma v whole square, so 10 square over here. Okay, now after placing all all the data, we have to do the calculation. So 10 into 0 it would come to 0, and over here 17 to 10, so it would come to 700. But 17 to 10, 700, but negative will become positive. So I have written over here plus 700. Plus 700 in numerator upon, in denominator you can see 10 into 850, it would come to 8500 minus 70 square. That also you can do orally, that is 7 sevens are 49 and 2 zeros, so 4900. This would become positive, but outside there is negative sign, so that would remain as it is negative. Now into under root of 32 into 10, 320 minus 10 square, it would come to 100. After that 700 in numerator would be as it is. In denominator you can see 8500 minus 4900. If you will subtract, you will get the answer, that is 3600. 3600 into under root of 320 minus 100. 320 minus 100, it would come to, sorry, 220 over here. So 320 minus 100, it would come to 220. So finding the root of this 2, first of all don't find the root, first of all multiply these two values, that is 3600 multiply by 220 and then find the root of that answer. You will get the value, that is 889.94. So by dividing these two values, that is 700 upon 889.94, you will get the value of correlation coefficient, that is 0.79. So these are some of the typical sums that I wanted to explain. Still one more last sum that I need to explain you, that is question number 12. Let us read question number 12 of your textbook, that is the last sum of exercise 2. The information of health index X and life expectancy Y is obtained for 10 people. It means X and Y variable has been given to you, and 10 data has been given to 10 observations, so value of n that will come to 10. These data are ranked to find the rank correlation coefficient. Means the formula has been clearly mentioned, that is rank correlation coefficient method that you have to apply over here. And the sum of squares of the rank, it means sigma d square. Sum of the squares, so sigma d square, that is given to you 42.5. It was also observed that health index 70 was repeated 3 times. That is X is repeated 3 times. And life expectancy 45, the value of Y, that is 45, that was repeated twice. It means here the data has not been given of all the value of X and Y, but only the data of that value of X and Y is given, that is repeated for n number of times. So we have to calculate over here, that is CF. So you can see on the board, the first one, that is X, that is 70, that is repeated 3 times, so n is equal to 3, and putting it in the equation, you can see 3 cube means 27, so 27 minus 3 upon 12, so 27 minus 3 would come to 24, 24 divided by 12, it would come to 2. In the same way, the variable Y, that is 45, value of variable Y 45, that is repeated 2 times over here. So again the same equation, so 2 cube minus 4 upon 12, 2 cube means 8, 8 minus 2 it would come to 6, and 6 upon 12, so it would come to 0.5. So the total of the M, that would come to 2.5, so CF value that would come to 2.5. Now it's very simple, only the difference or the main important point that I wanted to explain it to you. In the previous sums we had done this type of sums, but that was, the data was given to you. Over here the entire data has not been given to you, only that value of variable X and Y that has been given to you, that has been repeated n number of times. So how to do the calculation of it? Now it's very simple. After finding the value of CF, putting it in the equation, that is rank correlation coefficient, the only one basic formula that we have learned, that is 1 minus 6 sigma d square upon n into n square minus 1. Here the value of CF is there, so we have to do plus CF also. Now 1 minus 6, value of sigma d square, already in the question it has been given to you, that is 42.5. So 42.5 plus CF value that we have found out, that is 2.5. So plus 2.5 upon 10, value of n, that is 10. So 10 into 10 square minus 1. Now this denominator I am directly writing. You are knowing easily, 10 square means 100. 100 minus 1, so 99. 99 into 10, that would come to 990. In the numerator you can see 6 into 42.5 plus 2.5, it would come to 45. So 45 into 6, it would come to 270. So 1 minus 270 upon 990. First of all, students, divide this two value, numerator and denominator. So 270 upon 990, it would come to 0.27. Subtracting it from 1, so 1 minus 0.27 is equal to 0.73. So the value of rank coordination coefficient that came over here, that is 0.73. So students, this is the end of the sum and even the end of the video lecture. This video lecture, even the end of this chapter. In the next video lecture, I'll be moving on with the next chapter, that is chapter number 3, that is linear regression. Till then, keep studying, refer the previous video lectures. Stay blessed. Goodbye.